Shri Radha Krishna Bhagwan Ki. We are continuing with the Vyakhya, expounding on the Bhakti Shatak. Verse number 43. Atma vich par Matma karat nivas sadaya radhe radhe.
Atma vich paramatma karat nivas sadaya radhe radhe.
Atma vich Matma karat nivas sadaya radhe radhe.
Atma vich paramatma karat nivas sadaya radhe radhe.
याते कहूँ आत्मा परमात्मा कहलाय राधे राधे.
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 There was a game being played in the icebreaker. Those who love Radha go to this side, those who love Krishna come to this side, and so on. So those who think they are the tiny souls come to this side, those who think they are God come to this side. Because this is a raging debate in Hinduism. Am I a tiny soul or am I God? See, some people say I am the soul. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. My Lord, you are my eternal Father, you are my eternal Mother. The Jnani says it's all a mistaken conception. You yourself are the eternal Father. Swameva mata cha pita swameva, swameva bandhuscha sakha swameva, swameva vidya dravinam swameva, swameva sarvam swayam deva deva. So we should have had also that being called out, those who think they are God. So Kripaluji Maharaj is shedding light on this. Is the soul really God? Is it a fact that there is no distinction between the soul and God? In the last verse, he explained the soul is the Shakti of God. By virtue of being the energy of God, the soul has a relationship of simultaneous oneness and difference. Bhed abhed. So there are so many verses in the Vedas emphasizing the difference. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vriksham parikhasvajate sarva jive sarva sansthe brihanto asmin hanse brahmate brahmachakre prithag atmanam. This much of Sanskrit most people understand, right? Prithak. Prithak Atmanam. The soul is a differentiated part of God. In fact, the size of the soul is also given. So what is the size of God? He is infinite. Anantaschatma vishvarupo hyakarta. Is the soul also infinite? The Shvetashwar Upanishad of the Yajurveda states, Balagra shatabhagasya shatadha kalpitasya cha bhago jivasya vigyeya sachanantyaya kalpate. Take the tip of a hair, slice it into 100 parts. Impossible, Swamiji. Suppose it's possible. Take one of those parts, the tip, and slice that 100th into another 100. Absolutely impossible. The Vedas say, just suppose that tiny little thing is the soul. So tiny. And sachanantyaya kalpate. Like this, there are anant or infinite souls. How Shankaracharya ji, you explain this? You said there is Advait, one entity. Now what do you have to say? So in his Bhashya, he has given Vyapak. Anant means pervading. Everybody knows Anant is related to counting. And he is saying it is pervading. Why? Because he had a purpose. He needed to establish the Advait, to cut the Buddhist philosophy and bring them back into the Vedas. However, Shankaracharya himself admitted so many times, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava Sarvagya Shakti Samanvitam Brahma. He says that the Brahma has got many Shaktis. So if he has got Shaktis, then you are coming into Dvait. There's a famous story in the life of Shankaracharya. When he was residing, traveling around in his preaching, he traveled the whole of India, multiple times establishing his philosophy. Now that was a phenomenal life, because in those days there were no airplanes, there were no trains, there were no automobiles. He actually walked the way all over. And in the space of 32 years, he covered the length and breadth of the country multiple times, driven by his sense of purpose. So once he reached a river, Ganga, took a bath, and then as he was coming out, a person from the marginalized sections of society came out there and touched him. He had dogs with him. Shankaracharya said, "How dare you? You please move to the side. I have to go and take my bath." So that person said, "Move aside, you are telling, whom are you saying move aside? As per your philosophy, the body is mithya because it's made from Maya and Maya is non-existent. And the soul is one. That means you and I are one. And the soul is all pervading. So where is the question of moving?" Shankaracharya said, "Oh my God, who is this?" And Lord Shiv gave him darshan. Lord Shiv explained to him that, look, this Advait philosophy serves its purpose somewhere, but it cannot be translated in action in real day living. Because if you say that there is only one entity, it will create a lot of confusion. As it did for one king. He had a Vedanti guru, And Guruji said to him, there is only one tattva and there is nothing apart from that one. The king said, this is very convenient in that case. He started liaising with all the ladies in the palace. And the queen came to see this. She said, what has happened to my husband? He has become characterless. She accosted him. What's going on out here? The king said, my guru has explained to me Advait, non-dualism. There is only one entity, Brahma. So there is no difference between you and the other ladies. The queen said, my God, what is this Guruji taught him? She went to pull Guruji's ears and said, Guruji, what is this philosophy you have taught to my dear husband? He's become characterless. Guru said, really? He taught a remedy to the queen. When it was lunchtime, the queen brought a silver plate but placed the excreta of an animal on it and brought it in front. The king said, what is this you are bringing? The queen said, this is gajar ka halwa. Gajar ka halwa. This is the excreta of a horse. The queen said, my dear husband, you can see the distinction between excreta and gajar ka halwa. But you can't see the distinction between your wife and other ladies. Wherever it is convenient, Advait, wherever it is convenient, Dvait. So, if you live by this philosophy, how will you be able to survive in this world? The Vedas have stated extremely clearly that the soul is a part of God. Chinmatram Shri Hareransham Sukshmam Aksharam Avyayam Krishna Dhinamiti Prahur Jivam Jnana Gunashrayam. The Vedas are saying. The Vedanta Darshan states, Ansho Nana Vyapadeshat. The Bhagavad Gita states, Mamaivansho Jivaloke Jivabhutas Sanatana Ansh. Ansh means a little part. The soul is a fragment of God. Just like you have the ocean and its drop. Just like you have a mountain and its part. Likewise, the soul is a part of God. Now here you may ask that how does God get fragmented? Is God like a piece of stone? If there's a stone, you hit it with a hammer, it gets fragmented. Like that, did somebody hit God? One teacher was announcing in class, did any of you drop $1 in the playfield? Everybody was quiet. One boy said, Madam, I dropped $1 note in the playfield. The teacher said, but it was 4 quarters, it was not a note. He said, when it hit the ground, it must have split into 4. So, did God get fragmented with a hammer? He's saying that the souls are my parts. If that is the case, then poor fellow. No. The answer is, the soul is not a direct fragment of God. If the soul was a fragment of God, the soul would have been all-powerful like God Himself. Because the Supreme is so perfect and complete that his fragments are also perfect and complete. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. This very popular mantra from the Ishopanishad states that God is Purn. Just like infinity. What is the mathematics of infinity? You take out 1/10 of infinity. How much is 1/10 of infinity? Infinity. How much is 0.00001% of infinity? Really? How much is 0.0000001% of infinity? That is what infinity means. It is so powerful. Even a fraction of it is infinitely powerful. Likewise, this Upanishadic mantra says God is so perfect and complete. If you have a fragment of Him, that will also be perfect and complete. Now, we souls are not perfect and complete. We are tiny souls. We are under the sway of Maya. It means we are not God. We are not fragments of God either. Then, Shaktitve Naivan Shatvam Vyanjayati. Jiva Goswami Pad has written in the Tattva Sandarbh that the soul is a fragment of the energy of God. So God has got one Maya Shakti, the material energy, one Jiva Shakti, the soul energy. We are fragments of that soul energy. If we were God, how could Maya have overpowered us? If Maya can overpower God, then Maya is more powerful than God. If we are God, Advaiti ji, if we are God and we've fallen into illusion, that means illusion has overpowered God. So illusion is more powerful than God? Impossible. In the Bhagavatam, the Vedas did stuti of Sri Krishna. They say, "Oh Lord, Maya is scared of even coming close to you. Dupataya evate nahyayu ranta manantaya tvamapi." Maya is scared of even coming in the presence of God. Where is the question of overpowering God? So the fact that we have been overpowered by Maya means we are not God. We are a fragment of the Shakti of God. When we say God is great, do you know what does that mean? He is the possessor of infinite energies. Should we go into a little idea of what those energies are? After that, you will never say, "I am God" again. God is Shaktiman, the energetic. His first Shakti is the Yoga Maya Shakti, the divine power, which we know as Radha, Durga, Sita, Kali, Lakshmi. That is the personal form of that divine power. That Yoga Maya has got one Swarupa Parinam, which is the Jiva Shakti, and one Viruddha Parinam, which is the Maya Shakti. Why do we call it Swarup Parinam? Because the Yoga Maya is sentient. And the soul is also sentient like Yoga Maya. It has got consciousness. Only thing is, to a smaller extent. And the material energy does not have sentience. There's a raging debate in science. Right now it is speaking. What is the basis of consciousness? Where does consciousness come from? Because we are able to think. Say, okay, Swamiji, nowadays we got Chat GPT, it also thinks. No, a Chat GPT is a conglomeration of zeros and ones. It is doing something based on what it has been programmed. But Chat GPT does not have any ethics. Chat GPT does not have life in it. Whereas we human beings, we may be dull, we may be unintelligent, yet we have got life. Even plants have life. So what is the basis of life? How does life come into anything? Now, scientists have traditionally adopted the reductionist approach because they don't accept anything beyond matter. So they say it is this brain of ours, when we think electrochemical reactions are happening in the neurons and they are passing via the synapses to the other neurons, and that is what consciousness is. If consciousness is merely a set of electrochemical reactions in the brain, these can be replicated on the outside. But no machine will be said to have life. So consciousness is the symptom of the soul and the Supreme Soul. The difference is in the extent. You have one light of the sun, and one light of the stars, and one light of the firefly. So the soul has anu, or limited consciousness, and God has got infinite consciousness. So we are the Swarupa Parinam, and then the Viruddha Parinam is the material energy, Maya. Everybody's understood everything? Now, these are called three bhavs: Chit Shakti, Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti. They have got three anubhavs: Sandhini, Samvit, and Ladhini. These are the three anubhavs. Means further distinctions in those energies. Shankaracharya says God has got no Shakti, avyakt Shakti rahit Brahma. Because if you accept Shakti, then there is Brahma and his Shakti. So he says Brahma has got no Shakti, Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar, avyakt Shakti rahit Brahma. And I am telling you details of the Shaktis. So now, from the Chitta Shakti, the Yoga Maya, it's Sandhini Anubhav. The names, forms, virtues, abodes, pastimes of the Lord manifest. When his abode manifests, it requires energy. So this is the Sandhini Anubhav of the Yogamaya Shakti. From the Samvit Anubhav of his Yogamaya Shakti, the sweetness of God, his Roop Madhuri, Murli Madhuri, Saukumarya, Saushilia, Saurasya, that sweetness manifests. Such sweetness which enchants even Lord Shiv. From the Chitta Shakti Hladini Anubhav, Premanand, the divine love bliss manifests. The divine love bliss to savor which Lord Shiv became a gopi and went to participate in the Maharas. So this is the Yogamaya Shakti's three anubhavs. Now you have the Jiva Shakti. And remember, what did Shankaracharya say? God doesn't have Shaktis. Now I am detailing to you the Shaktis. The Jiva Shaktis, Sandhini Anubhav. From it, the Satta of the Jeev manifests. We souls are eternal. People can kill your body. Nobody can kill your soul. The word Atmahatya is deceptive. Atmahatya means to kill the soul. But nobody can kill. You can commit suicide, the body will be finished. The soul is eternal. So how come the soul is eternal? The Upanishads say, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. The soul is eternal by the power of the Lord who is energizing it. If God withdrew that power, the soul's eternality would finish. Which means we exist because God enables us to exist. So simple. Without His bestowing that ability, we would not remain. So what enables it? That Sandhini Anubhav of the Jiva Shakti. And the Samvit Anubhav of the Jiva Shakti, by it the soul gets Brahma Gyan, knowledge of the Lord. And by the Hladhani Anubhav of the Jiva Shakti, the soul gets Atmanand, the bliss of the self. Premanand was by the other one, this is Atmanand. Now come to Maya Shakti, the material energy. By the Sandhini Anubhav of the material energy, the world's names, forms, virtues, abodes, these are all manifested. These are all manifested by the power of God. One scientist, 3 days ago, I was in Riverhead in New York. Sorry, that was 1 week ago in New York, Riverhead. This man asked me a very interesting question. He said, Swamiji, what creates weight in an object? How many of you are engineers, have done the STEM subjects out here? How many of you have done STEM subjects? Okay. My apologies to everybody else. You see, if you go into matter, as you go deeper and deeper, you enter the realm of atoms. And then you go even deeper into it, and matter as we know it disappears. Now, it is only vibrating flashes of energy. With 99.9% empty space. You ask a quantum physicist, what is matter? He'll say it's not the way it seems to us. 99.9% is empty space. And the rest is just vibrating energy, like there is energy in the atmosphere. You know, the electromagnetic spectrum. So it's vibrating energy which we have learned to call this is the electron and this is the proton and this is the positron. But it's all 99.99% empty space. When that is the nature of an atom, then what creates the weight of an object? I said, my God, this is a very good question. He said, Swamiji, right now science is completely stumped about what is creating the weight of an object. Big scientists are puzzled by this. Is there something we did not know? So, this Shakti of God, the Sandhini Anubhav of the Maya Shakti has created the Nam Roop Leela Gundham. Scientists have discovered a little fraction of it. Possibly they'll discover something in the near future will reveal to them, oh, there was this entity as well, a graviton or something which we had no idea about. But then is the samvit anubhav of the Jiva Shakti. That creates tension, anxiety. So that, this sandhini of anubhav, it creates the knowledge of the world. And the hladani anubhav of the Maya Shakti, that creates the tension, anxiety, anger, stress, etc. that we are all in this world of Maya familiar with. So this, what I have explained to you, the 9 different energies, is the most simplified version of God's energies. When I say God has got 3 Shaktis, Yoga Maya, Jeev and Maya, that's it. This is so simply explained. God has got infinite energies. But to put it simply, we have given you a little idea from this. Now tell me, do you have all these energies? Then you'll have to admit you are not God. People who say, Aham Brahmasmi. So when is the last time you created the universe? Now the Vedant, Vedavyas, he has written, Bhedavyapadeshat. Bhed is difference. Bhedavyapadeshat. Bhedavyapadeshat chanyah adhitkam tu bheda nirdeshat. 4 sutras emphasizing the distinction. So some people say that is all right. Right now we are under Maya, we are not God. When we get liberated, we'll become God. Sorry, wrong number. Mukta api leelaya vigraham kritva tvam bhajante. The Nrisingatapani Upanishad. It states, and this is Shankaracharya's Bhashya, that even after liberation, those liberated souls, they descend to savor the divine pastimes of the Lord. Mukta apihi enam upasate, the Vedanta Sutra states. So all these sutras are saying that even after liberation, we will not become God. We'll remain tiny little souls. Now the question arises that the scriptures have sometimes referred to the soul as Atma and sometimes referred to God as Atma. This could create confusion. So Kripaluji Maharaj has explained in this verse from where we started off. He says that the Paramatma, the Supreme, is residing inside the Atma. Just like in your body, the soul resides. So you are the soul. Right? Now we say, Ramesh has come. So have Ramesh's hands and feet also come? Ari Baba, his hands and feet are all included. When I say Ramesh, it means the whole of Ramesh put together. And later on you say Ramesh departed from the world. So along with his hands and feet? No, Ramesh was the soul, he departed. The body is remaining here. So this speech has got its limitations. Sometimes you include the body in the person. Sometimes you exclude the body and say, likewise within the soul, the supreme soul is residing. Sometimes Atma word is used for the soul. Sometimes Atma word is used for God. Like for example in the Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad, one mantra न वारे पत्युः कामाय पतिः प्रियो भवत्यात्मनस्तु कामाय पतियो प्रियो भवति न वारे जायाय कामाय जाया प्रिया भवत्यात्मनस्तु कामाय जाया प्रिया भवति न वारे पुत्राणां कामाय पुत्रा प्रिया भवत्यात्मनस्तु कामाय पुत्रा प्रिया भवति न वारे वित्तस्य कामाय वित्तं प्रियं भवत्यात्मनस्तु कामाय वित्तं प्रियं भवति न वारे सर्वस्य कामाय सर्वं प्रियं भवत्यात्मनस्तु कामाय सर्वं प्रियं भवति आत्मा वारे दृष्टव्यः श्रोतव्यो मंतव्यो निधिध्यासितव्यो मैत्रेयी। This word Atma has come twice in this mantra, multiple times. In the first string, when it has come, it is referring to the Atma, the soul. And the last portion, Atma Varehe, it is referring to God. So that is why sometimes a confusion can be created. Hence it is said, try and understand the Vedas through the medium of a guru. Otherwise, you will get thoroughly confused. For God Himself, so many words have come. Pran, Atma, Dev, Indra, Avyakrit, Sat, even Asat has come for God. That is why the Vedas themselves say, Tad Vijnanartham Sa Gurumeva Bhigachet Samit Pranihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham. You need Acharyavan Purusho Hi Veda. Understand the Vedas through an Acharya. So we have, Maharaj Ji has explained this in this verse. So much of knowledge. Let's move on to the next verse. Lakhat rahat nit bhakti mukha Karm Yog and Gan Radhe Radhe. Lakhat raat nit bhakti mukha Karm Yog and Gan Radhe Radhe. अति स्वतंत्र है भक्ति पथ वेद पुराण बखान राधे राधे.
अति स्वतंत्र है भक्ति पथ वेद पुराण बखान राधे राधे.
अति स्वतंत्र है भक्ति पथ वेद पुराण बखान राधे राधे.
अति स्वतंत्र है भक्ति पथ वेद पुराण बखान राधे राधे.
He is now talking about the other sadhans, spiritual practices. One is karma, the other is yoga, and the third is gyan. So this karma, yoga and gyan, he says, they are incomplete without bhakti. Karma has got strict rules. The karma kand, the rituals. You do them perfectly. Although it's impossible in the age of Kali, but supposing you do, it will bestow on you the fruit of going to the celestial abodes. Without bhakti, karma is not sufficient to reach God. Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga, is the mechanical process of controlling the mind. And finally, Chitta Vritti Nirodh. You bring the mind completely into control. Stop thinking, stop thinking. But will it help you reach the supreme destination? Maharishi Patanjali himself says, even the yogi will have to surrender to God. Ishvaraha pranidhanat. In 196 sutras of the Yoga Darshan, the great sage Maharishi Patanjali has put in 3 times, surrender to God, surrender to God, surrender to God. Likewise, mere gyan, mere cultivation of knowledge will bring you to the level of Atma Gyan. It will destroy the ignorance and help you know you are the soul. But that will not suffice to remove Maya. The Jnani will also have to add bhakti to it. One man got lost in the forest. So frantically he went here, there. And after 2 days, he met 3 people all of a sudden. And he said, oh my God, I am so happy. I was lost for 2 days. Now I found 3 of you. My problems are solved. They said, don't be so happy. We are lost since the 1 week. So Karm, Yog and Gan, they are insufficient to help you reach the feet of God. It's not that they are wrong or anything of the sort. They need the addition of bhakti. It's just like there is Amrit, nectar, the mythical nectar of the celestial abodes. You drink it and you will become immortal. Now you can put the nectar in milk and drink, it will still make you immortal. You can put the nectar in water and drink, it will also make you immortal. Or you drink it directly, only nectar, that will also make you immortal. But what is making you immortal is not the milk or water, but the nectar, the Amrit. Likewise, bhakti is such a thing. You add karma to it, it becomes Karm Yog. You add Gyan to it, it becomes Gyan Yog. You add Ashtang to it, it becomes Ashtang Yog. But the moment you remove bhakti, Yoga, Koyoga, Gyan Agyanu, Jaha nahi Ram Prem Paradhanu. Without Prem, it is no longer Yog, it is Koyog. It is no longer Gyan, it is Agyan. Kripaluji Maharaj has elaborated on this in his Radha Govind Geet compilation. He says, Hari ka viyogi jeev Govind Radhe Sancho yog soi jo Hari se mila de. The soul is in viyog, separation from God. True yoga is that which helps the soul meet God. So Karma, Gyan, Yoga all need bhakti. Does bhakti need anything? So he says, bhakti is the Maharani. It doesn't need anything. It is sufficient in itself. Now this bhakti doesn't need the support of rituals. There are 2 kinds of bhakti. One is called Vaidhi Bhakti and the other is called Rag Anuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti is the popular one that you see around in the world. Raganuga Bhakti is pure love. So in Vaidhi Bhakti, all the ritualistic performances of the Vedas, they are observed, and simultaneously you have love for God. In Raganuga Bhakti, all you need is love. Only love. No need for all the rituals. But you need faith that love is sufficient. That faith is what people don't have. Although bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti is the easiest thing. But why are all these other paths created? Because people don't have faith in pure bhakti. Tavat karmani kurvita nirvidyeta yavata mat katha shravanadavva shraddha yavanna jayate. Ved Vyas has written that until you develop faith in bhakti in the Nam Roop Leela Gun Dham, you keep doing the other things. Why does faith in bhakti not come easily? Because it's too simple. If you ask me, Swamiji, how will I attain God? I say, love Him. Oh, Swamiji doesn't know anything. If I tell you, no, you leave your household, go and live in the Himalayas in a cave and lie on a bed of thorns at night. And you must sleep only 2 hours, nothing more than that. Otherwise, God will be upset. You must put ashes on your body and only eat dry leaves and hang upside down for 2 hours every day. You will say, oh, this seems like a powerful sadhana. But if God needs you to do such crazy things, in my opinion, He's not God, He's a madman. He's our eternal Father with His arms open, willing to embrace us. He says, oh soul, just come to my shelter, just love me, that's all that is required. That is all. The pure love. If anybody has that faith, they enter the realm of Raganuga Bhakti. And you say, Swamiji, this Raganuga Bhakti which Kripaluji Maharaj is saying is not according to scriptures. Of course not. Sri Krishna in the Gita has said, Traigunya Vishayad Veda Nistraigunnyo Bhavarjuna. Repeatedly, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadantya Vipaschitah Vedavadarata Partha Nanyadastiti Vadina. Narad Ji in his Bhakti Darshan has said, Karmanapi sanyasyati kevalam avichannam anuragam labhate. This is the Raganuga Bhakti. Pure love. So that pure love. You know, once in India, of course in the US they've got more advanced technology. It's been a developed country for many years. India was underdeveloped country 100 years ago, and then slowly it became a developing country and is doing much better. So the road systems were more flimsy. And many of these tunnels were really kind of cramped. So one overloaded truck got jammed in the tunnel on the Mumbai-Pune highway. You know, 35 years ago I have seen 50-kilometer long jams on the Mumbai-Pune highway. It was the most crowded road of India, and it did not even have the center bridge on it. Now, of course, multiple tracks. So the traffic jam would pile up. So this truck got stuck and the jam started piling up. The sub-inspector came. They put a crane to pull the truck. The more they tried, the more it got jammed inside. And there was one little boy out there. The little boy was trying to say something. The sub-inspector said, "You've got some ideas, Sonny?" So Sonny said, "Sir, if you don't mind, can I make a suggestion?" "Go ahead." Just remove the air from the tire. Oh my God, we never thought of that. So you want to attain God? Instead of hanging upside down, why don't you just try loving Him? Have faith and have a simple heart, and rest assured He will meet you. That bhakti needs no other prerequisites. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe.
Radhe